Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Well, it's the day after the winter solstice, so are you enjoying your extra minute of sunshine? I sure am. And I have an appropriate video today. Someone just asked, hey, what do I do for water out here? And a lot of you know exactly what I do. I catch water from the sky, I hang on to it, and I purify it for my own needs. So let's get into this new reverse osmosis system today from SimPure. And this is another reverse osmosis system from SimPure. And they're calling this their Q3 model. So it's actually called their Q3 600 model. And this is everything that was in the box. Here's the RO unit itself. It has a wastewater hookup, inlet water, outlet, and it looks like this will pop open and we'll look at the cartridges that are already pre-installed. Owner's manual, faucet to put on top of the sink. I think that'll fit in where I have my hand sprayer right now. We'll see when we get further down the line. Some hardware to assemble it, a few hoses, and a power brick. So that's what came in the box. Now to hook it up. And it says I only need a few tools: a drill, a tube cutter or knife, and a Phillips screwdriver, adjustable wrench. I think I got that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and pre-install some of this stuff out here where I've got real good light. Underneath my sink, not so much, but I can put a light in there when I need to, if I need to. But yeah, let's get some of this stuff hooked up out here on the comfort of the lanai. Now just remove this cover and see what's in the inside. We've got the RO, reverse osmosis membrane, right there. And this is the composite filter right here. This looks like it should just slide out. Just a little packing in there. And it looks like it's all hooked up in there. We'll see. Just pull some of these plugs and these holes out. There's for the water outlet, which is this tube, and they are marked outlet water. Outlet water. Let's pull this one out. And the inlet is the white tube right here. Inlet water. And now the wastewater line. And that's in there nice and tight. And the power brick will plug in right back here. I'll wait till we get underneath the sink, and I don't have an outlet underneath my sink, so I'll probably have to just run this to an outlet, maybe drill a hole through the cabinets, but I'm going to wait till make sure it's all working right before I start doing that. But that's simple enough. And then to release these tubes, you would just pull those blue pins out and then push down. As you can see in the middle diagram behind the unit, you just keep the white flange pushed down, and then you can pull your tube out. It will be unlocked. Very, very easy. So yeah, just the blue is enough just to raise that white connector up a little bit to lock everything into place, and then just reverse the order if you need to remove this thing for servicing. Pull the pin out, push the white ring down flat on the gray, and your tube will release. And I have been using this model from SimPure out in the greenhouse, more on an industrial kind of scale, and it has worked very well and continues to work well. And I just have the faucet for that out here, and I put, like I've showed you guys in the past, a 5-gallon jug there and fill it up for bringing it into the house for drinking water. But it works well. It's a another one you could put underneath your sink, but I chose to put this one outside. This one that we're going to look at today, we're going to try and put under the sink. And this is kind of a new cabinet sink that's been put in about the past year here. And I want to have reverse osmosis now at the sink. And unfortunately, that unit will not fit underneath my sink because of the configuration of my drain pipes the way they are right now. It's just too big to slide in here. It won't fit, but I do have it hooked up. It was super easy to hook up on the cold water inlet. That's my hot water side. Nothing to be done with the hot water. Very easy. Just hook up the cold water inlet side. I did use all of the connecting material that they sent, connecting parts. Hooked up super easy. And I did find another place on the other side of here to slide that unit into, and I'll show you that. And that's back behind this panel that I've got that encloses my shutoff valve for the kitchen sink. I just pop that panel off, and right here is a really nice place to slide that in. Fits well. I had all of the tubes pre-installed like I showed you a little bit earlier. And there's my shutoff valves for everything here. So yeah, I just had to snake my lines in through the hole that I had drilled for this when I put the cabinets in. And that unit sits there just perfectly right now. If we take a close up, you can see the CF light is on, the RO light is on, and the power light is on. So I'm up and running, and that only took a few minutes. Super easy to hook up. So I originally thought that the faucet part of this was going to attach to where I've got my sprayer. That turned out not to be true. The sprayer connects to the centerpiece in here, so that wasn't going to work for that. And because this is all new here, I'm not exactly sure until I run this unit for a while where I might want to drill the hole and mount the faucet. I think I'm going to go through the countertop somewhere as opposed to through the sink. Haven't really decided that. Maybe I'll drill a hole on this side right along in here and mount that faucet for easy, access to water right there. But for right now, until I get an idea of how I really like this and how it's going to work, I'm not going to mount this hard anywhere. And the other thing I didn't do with the discharge line, because when you're making reverse osmosis water, there is, a fair amount of wastewater that comes out in the process. And I didn't want to tie it into the drain line like they show in the instructions, because I don't want to just waste that water. So what I can do here is just plug this up. And that way, when I turn this on, and you'll see the wastewater coming in here, I can save that for rinsing dishes, rinse my hands or whatever. I just can't see putting that in a drain line and sending it out to nowhere. So that's what I'm going to do for right now. And I am still going to fill up a 5-gallon jug right here for a little ceramic dispenser that I have for drinking water. I could just do it just like this, but I like to, when I turn it on, just save a little extra. So let's turn it on and see how it does. You can hear it. It's not real loud. Make sure I catch that water. Okay, so you're supposed to let it run for 20 minutes, which I did to flush out those filters that are in the unit there. You can see I've got a little rattle noise just because I haven't secured my lines, which I will do. They're just kind of bouncing off of each other, giving a little rattle, but the unit itself, pretty quiet. Especially when I get that cover on there. And then the discharge, you can see it's coming out near the pace of the reverse osmosis water. So this is all drinkable water here, and that's just fine for other uses, which is why I'm not going to stick it in my drain pipe. And I don't have any leaks. All my connections are nice and tight. Cold water inlet, nice and tight. Looks good. It's got that little stopcock right there. If you wanted to reach in there and shut it off, you could do it there too as well for any maintenance you might end up having to do. But everything looks good. But yeah, ideally I would like to stuck it in right here, but it's just a little too tall to fit underneath my current drain pipe. But yeah, it only took like 5 minutes to hook it up. And because I didn't have an outlet inside of there, I am having to just right now snake the line underneath the cabinet here, connect it to an extension cord, and currently just running it right here. So I'll just keep running it like I am for a while until I really decide where I want this hard mounted. That'll be super easy. Just drill a hole, probably through about right here, maybe like right in here. Come back into this way with it. Not sure yet. I'll get the feel for it over the next few days, see where I want to do that. I'll show you guys what I end up deciding, but I'm pretty happy with it, even just working like this right now. Not having to carry out to the greenhouse and back in, so. And another backup to having purified water. And I just snapped my compartment cover back up there. It's just for quick, easy access to my shut-off valves. And that's about all the water I'll put in there because I don't feel like lifting a full 5 gallons. When you shut it off, it's not coming out of here anymore. And it just runs out of that discharge just for a few more moments just to kind of clean that line out. But I did save every drop of that water as well, and we'll reuse that water. I just can't waste a drop for anything out here. And it's petering out here, and it'll just stop. And it's just kind of flushing out that line for its next use. So I just moved that, about 4 gallons over to the ceramic dispenser here. And I probably caught about 3 gallons of the so-called wastewater, but it's not wastewater for me. And you can see right there, it ran for an extra minute and it is just now stopping. And that will completely stop it. Do one little teeny surge at the end, and then it's ready for the next time you want to go. But if I wanted to, I could turn it right back on. And there it goes. And it'll still kind of do a little extra discharge. So that whole process, I can tell you, it couldn't have been easier to hook up. And I'm okay leaving it like this till I figure out where I want to drill permanent holes for this. I'll come back in a future video and do some water testing between this unit and the other one that I have used for, I want to say, a couple of years now, which works very well. And I'll just see if there's any difference in that. But yeah, don't waste your water. I mean, I know they just want you to tie that into a drain line, but heck, there's another use for it for sure. And the way I actually have it hooked up right now, I like it quite a bit, because now that I am done pumping water and I've made all my coffee for the day and I'm done with that, I'm done with power, so I can just like shut the power off. And because I'm drawing everything off of this system right here, I can now shut the inverter off and let the 97% full of this battery go to 100% because I live on solar. So I will continue to use that every day, and I will let you guys know how long those filters last. I'm thinking they're going to last quite a while. I'm not running horrible water through there, just catchment water. There might be a little sediment in there like goes through my regular system, but I get quite a long time out of those filters. And in fact, I'm going to change the filters on that greenhouse unit here pretty quick. And I will do kind of a comparison between the two at some point, like I said. But yeah, I like that unit. You know, I really do. It was so easy to hook up. Just took a few minutes. And you'll have to, you know, see what kind of configuration, if you get something like this, what you've got under your sink to work with, but pretty darn easy. And I may change the configuration underneath the sink to where I could put it underneath the sink, but I kind of like it off to the side for my use, and so I can have more under sink storage. So yeah, pretty neat little system. Thanks to SimPure for sending that out for a review. We will continue to follow up on it like I do with everything that's sent out here for a review. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. Yeah, extra minute of sunshine, all systems are full. Water's in pretty good shape, even though it's pretty dry out here, but can always use a little more water. And I am confident it will rain soon. All right, you guys. Just checking in with you on something new that came down the pike. I'll catch you on the next one. Aloha, everybody. I'm loving this day. Beautiful. Got my chores done for the day. I've caught sunshine. I've made some drinking water. Dishes are done. We'll see what else I can get into today. Might just have to sit on the lanai for a little bit. I get tired easy now.